action. I'm not going to mess around with that right now. Hopefully you guys can see me all right. So this is Stanislaus State University here in the background. Here, I'm gonna so I'm staying in an Airbnb here, not too far outside of the university here. Hopefully, it's saying I got a poor connection. I hope you guys are able to see me all right. I'm gonna always fight the internet connection. Got a good cell phone signal here. I thought it was going to work. Let me know if you can see me online or if this is cutting in and out. That looks a little bit better. Oh, I keep saying my internet connection's bad. If I have to redo this and find a better internet connection, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, here it goes. Now it's catching up. What's going on, Mark Lane? Joey Alfano. Bad connection. It's saying very bad connection. So if this is cutting in and out, I'm gonna have to do this again. Let me know if the feed's coming through all right. So I'm just going to go through a little bit of kind of what I've been seeing, monitoring the markets a little bit. Yeah, I had to leave Yellow Ducky. I was on Yellow Ducky stream right before this. So I was kind of looking at the market. You know, again, the big one that I'm looking at is where is the Korean market. And if you look at the Korean market right now, it's pushing 18K in BitThumb and Coin One and Corbett. And so, as I was saying yesterday, in a lot of my inner circles, I was getting a lot of feedback from some of the people that I was around, that there was a lot of investors, a lot of people really trying to get into Bitcoin right now, seeing it as a huge opportunity. And I'm still seeing that, even though we saw a huge 22% increase in price here just recently, I was still getting into Bitcoin. So a lot of the stuff that the moves that I'm making right now is to get into Bitcoin, because I think we're still going to see a surge in Bitcoin's price. We saw it at 22% today, just in the last 24 hours, and I'm anticipating another 25% jump. I mean, we're probably going to see a 50% jump in the next 2 days, and so that was a huge thing that I was trying to emphasize in some of my other live streams, is that you know, the market changes all the time. There's, you know, always different trends and things that you want to be aware of. The volume of trading is one of the big things that I'm looking at. And where is the volume? What is the volume? What pairs are being traded? And the big ones that we've been seeing here recently, it's been Bitcoin. It's been in Korea. That's really been the big trend. And I think there's a lot of information that's coming out here recently on, you know, where Bitcoin's going to be going. There was a lot of information a lot of misinformation that's really kind of being spread, that a lot of people are, you know, starting to realize that even these people at the top of these financial institutions are not fully on the ball when it comes to some of these different trends that we're seeing. Lots of ducks. So my plan was to go a little walk around the university here. It's not saying poor internet connection right now, so hopefully I'm coming in a lot clearer. I'm going to check in with the chat as much as I can here. Yeah, Korea's looking at, last time I checked, 17,600 Bitcoin, and just continuing to climb in BitThumb. and we're seeing the other Korean exchanges not too far behind. Someone asked about NEO. I still think NEO is a great hold at this point. You know, that's really where I see. I typically will take, you know, maybe about $1,000 out from time to time and dump it into NEO. I think that's a good strategy. You know, seeing where some of these Asian markets are going to be heading in the next few months, and their reaction to what we're seeing in the American markets is going to be something that we're really going to be that's really going to affect prices. And you know, I'm getting a lot of messages. People are just amazed that we're seeing the prices that we're seeing right now with Bitcoin. And you know, there's a lot of people that are speculating it's going to hit 20K by the end of the year. You know, if that's the case, you know, we saw $5,000 Bitcoin not too long ago. We've seen it double. We're going to see it double again. And that trend heading into the new year, heading into January, is going to be something really interesting to keep in mind. Your thoughts on Bitcoin futures? You know, what little research I've done, it seems like it's a really interesting, you know, a way to get into Bitcoin. It's kind of a speculative investment that's being put on fiat exchanges. This is a way for people that you got to understand this a little bit. Like if you're a financial advisor, you can't necessarily advise your clients to really invest in Bitcoin right now, and I think that's something that people need to kind of take into consideration. A financial advisor is really not going to make money from advising their client to get into Bitcoin, because of the way all of the different, you know, regulations and things you need to consider as a financial advisor to be in the right with your licensing. And so I don't see some of the same you know, progressions with people in that industry. And so they're looking for a way to kind of get into Bitcoin where it falls in line a little bit more with their strategies of the way that they're interpreting some of the financial data and transactions and things that they need to do from a regulation standpoint. That's really kind of where I see it. So I don't see it as going to be. I think it's something that's going to support the Bitcoin price, some of the coin prices, but to be honest, it'd probably be a much better strategy just to get into Bitcoin. So I think you would do much better in that respect. I think it's something that's going to support the price of Bitcoin. It's going to make the price go up, but I think you do better just buying and holding Bitcoin, in my opinion. If there's something that I read that you know, maybe gives me a different perspective on that, I mean, I'd be open if someone has found some information that might be a better trend. But I think for a lot of people, it's much like some of these lending platforms in a sense. You want to get into Bitcoin, you want to get into cryptocurrency, you're scared of the volatility. And that volatility can be, you know, can be hedged through different means. And that's where I see some of these investment platforms kind of going. I'm staying with BitConnect. I've been holding and I've been doing really well. 50K by the end of the year. I think that's a little high, but who knows, man. You know, the market's been going exponential. It's been doubling here for the past couple of runs that we've seen. So this is Stanislaus State. I like this university. I was staying over here before. Real peaceful. Nice place to go and take a jog in the morning. I used to be going for a jog every morning here. Trevon's live now too. Yeah, that's probably why my viewers are down. Volatility is where the money is at. Hey, did BitConnect lower their interest cap again? I don't believe that BitConnect has an interest cap. So I think that might be a little bit of a misnomer because, you know, the interest rates have been down a little bit compared to what we've seen traditionally, but I don't see it as a warning sign. I think I've gotten a few people that are a little bit upset with the interest rates and not as good as perhaps some of the other lending platforms. It's just something that it's something that that you're going to see with BitConnect a little bit. I know I'm really dark here, guys. I apologize. Trying to give a little bit of a different scenery. Yeah, so we saw a 17% increase with BitConnect today, and you're seeing the interest rates fairly low. So that's, I guess, another thing that people have to understand with the BitConnect platform is that it's designed to have a reserve fund. It's designed to capture some of these different profits and losses, and so it's not necessarily going to pay out huge, substantial profits and losses based on some of its earnings. So I think that that's maybe something to keep in mind. As you know, I can't remember the last time we saw a 2% interest day. It's been a while. If you looked earlier in the history, you know, they had a 4% interest day way back in their early history. But yeah, I think you're always going to see the interest rates kind of staying between 1% and 2%. And if they need to, they are going to pull from their reserve fund, their development fund, but they've got a lot of different things that they're doing. They get fees from the exchange platform. I mean, BitConnect makes money in a lot of different ways. I still have BitConnect as my sponsor. Does it matter to them at all? Well, it doesn't matter to them at all. I mean, one of the things, if you just have BitConnect as your sponsor, you have the freedom to select a sponsor and to change with someone. And I think what we're going to start seeing here is a little bit more team building activities. So I'm already starting to kind of see that from people where you want a sponsor you can work with, someone you can communicate with, and you want somebody that's going to help you grow, and it's going to help your team grow. That's going to help you grow, and that's an important consideration when selecting a sponsor. So, I mean, for me personally, I have a pretty small team. I only have, you know, about 115 people in my downline, whereas, you know, I just saw Trevon's downline the other night. I mean, he's pushing 10,000, and he's got so many referrals that it's actually it won't allow him to open up his referrals. We were actually showing that he's having a problem right now where he can't even look at his downline because there's like a bug in the software that he has so many referrals. And so, I mean, you know, that's something to keep in consideration. I mean, there are some big names out there and you can come underneath a big sponsor, but at the same time, it might not be somebody that you're going to be able to work with. There's been people that have been very negative about BitConnect, where, you know, you have people that are underneath or have, like, you know, Crypto Nick or this Sunny Decree or a few others that have kind of been very critical of BitConnect in certain respects. So you're going to see that a little bit, and I think it's important to, you know, BitConnect wants to build community. They want to build teams. They want to build, you know, a sense of collaboration, and that's where they're going to go. And I think that's really what they're trying to develop and work on. So that's why I see it as fairly important to you know, to kind of look into that. So, you know, having BitConnect as your sponsor just essentially gives you a little bit of freedom, but that's what I would consider, is take a look at some of the people that are online. Maybe find somebody that you kind of you seem to kind of mesh well with. Boy, I know it's getting really dark here now, guys. I should have done this live stream a little bit earlier. I was caught up on Yellow Ducky's stream. And I was hoping this new iPhone, I just got a new iPhone X. I was hoping that this was going to bring the light in a little bit, even in low lighting situations, but it doesn't really kind of look this way. This is actually auditorium that I'm walking through right now that you can hardly see. Yeah. Yeah, Ronco. Try to do my live streams in a new place all the time. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing my live stream from Arizona. So I'll be looking forward to that. See, Nick gave a rebuttal today. Ducky's stream was great. Yeah. Yellow Ducky's funny to me. He said some things where he's pretty blunt, and I like his approach. Yeah, Nick has some controversy up on him now. He's a young guy. He's been in crypto for a long time. He's been posting about it quite a bit. He was a big Genesis mining guy, and slowly kind of started making his way into essentially riskier investments, trying to advise people and whatnot, and started getting into BitConnect. And because of his following, he's making a huge amount of money. He was one of the first guys that was actually giving donations for people that were on his stream for when you commented, and that helped him really blow up his channel. I believe Trevon James actually had a much bigger following than Crypto Nick until Crypto Nick started giving, donations on his channel, and you saw his numbers really start to soar and take off. And he currently has more subscribers than Trevon. Even though, in my opinion, I get more valuable information from Trevon than Nick in a lot of ways. Not to say that his information isn't valuable or there's not a whole lot, but I think he has a little bit of a different, kind of more conservative approach, and that kind of meshes well with his audience. Today, Nick tried to pass his total investment on BitConnect as what he actually has invested. He didn't show his active investment field. My guess is he's keeping his capital releases. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have as very much invested. I think that's been a criticism of his. It's getting real dark here. I'm going to come into the light here in a little bit. But yeah, he is. He's been pulling out quite, pretty much from the beginning. I mean, it almost seems like he's pulling out in a 10-to-1 ratio. So he's putting about, 10% of what he's making in BitConnect into the system, and he's pulling out about 90%. And to me, that's not really showing a whole lot of faith and confidence in the system. It's not showing a whole lot of, trust in the BitConnect community. And, everyone's going to have their opinions or their beliefs or what they, how they want to invest their money. But for me, I mean, he's benefited greatly from the BitConnect platform. And, I would like to see somebody like that that's made, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars from this platform and is going to turn around and be, somewhat critical is a little bit much for me. What's going on, Crypto Life? What's your thoughts on Crypto Kitties? Yeah, that's a funny one. So I posted, my last post on Instagram was very critical of Vitalik and Charlie Lee, and because those two have been very critical of BitConnect here recently. And so essentially I'm kind of turning the ball around on them and, asking the value of their coins and their platforms. They've been around a lot longer. So Litecoin has been around a long time. Been in the space. It's essentially a faster version of Bitcoin. And I think that's really what you have to look at what their innovation is. They don't have the community that you're seeing with BitConnect. When we were at this blockchain expo of all the different technologies and cryptocurrencies and these different platforms, you didn't really see the same level of excitement behind Litecoin. You didn't even see, any presence there. You saw a huge presence. You also saw all of the top YouTubers on YouTube that are promoting cryptocurrencies all around the BitConnect booth. There was just a huge frenzy there. You're seeing a lot of excitement. You're seeing people that know each other. You're seeing people have laughs, getting together, going after hours to different events. You're not seeing that with Litecoin and Ethereum. And, you know, just getting back onto the crypto kitties, you know, you see Ethereum, you see their founder, you know, everyone's going to be following, you know, Vitalik. And the guy is, you know, I mean, he has his own style, he has his own personality, but, you know, he's a guy that's going to be wearing like unicorn t-shirts and very kind of, you know, childish and playful things. That's his personality. That's great. But I don't know if that's going to be best to create a community. I don't know if everyone's really going to resonate with that. CryptoKitties definitely resonated with that and has done really, really well. You know, so well that it's essentially like the big technology that's clogging the Ethereum platform at the moment. You know, to me it's a little funny, but man, kitties taking over the internet. Anything with kittens and kitties does well on the internet for whatever reason. Kitties are the beanie babies of crypto. No, yeah, Vitalik is a genius. I give him that, you know. He's a very smart guy, along with Charlie Lee. I don't necessarily want to talk negatively about them because they are brilliant guys. I think my only criticism of them is they kind of got wrapped into a lot of this controversy with BitConnect, and a lot of people are wanting their opinions on the platform, and so they're essentially kind of giving their opinion on the platform. I mean, it is one that competes with them in terms of market cap. You're seeing, you know, we're very close to seeing BitConnect, the price per coin, pass the price of Ethereum. It's already, you know, much higher than Litecoin, but the market cap isn't quite there yet. But we're going to see the BitConnect market cap pass Litecoin here pretty soon, and then you're looking at Ethereum. Got a meeting coming up tomorrow night in San Diego. We're excited. We're expecting a great turnout. Stay tuned when you're coming out here, brother. So I'm going to be out there Sunday, staying till Wednesday. I'm going to be meeting up with a few large investors, guys that have built some platforms, some very, very smart guys, all in the Hispanic community. You know, the growing joke is that I'm the gringo in the group. I'm the guy that gets them out of trouble because I'm the only white guy. So, but these guys are great. They're fun to be with. Just hilarious. They take real good care of me. And so I'm going out to Phoenix tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to be going out to LA. So I'm going to meet up with the people that I can before I head out to Dubai. They're going to be having an interesting meeting with some of the top promoters with BitConnect. So it'll be a good chance to kind of meet up with a lot of these people, and yeah, I think it'll be great. I hope the stream is coming through all right. It's cutting up a little bit. I love this campus though, very peaceful. I just love just going for a walk around here. So I'm glad you guys could come with me. This is my getting out, getting a little fresh air and exercise for the day. I've been on my computer for quite a bit. Thanks, Robert Watson. What do you think about EMC2 in Steinium? That's it has a little market history. It's been traded primarily on Bittrex. Bittrex, the exchange, is doing a lot more volume than it used to. It's one of the top 3 exchanges typically that we've seen here in the last month, and that coin in particular has been trading pretty heavily in that platform. Again, it's kind of one of these coins, a smaller market cap coin, but along with you know, we've been seeing a pretty decent amount of trading activity. You know, some rise in the value of the coin. So that one in particular, I'd probably see as a good buy and hold, maybe to put, you know, $1,000 behind. I mean, one of the things I'm kind of doing with some of my BitConnect interest payouts and whatnot is you know, it's taking about $1,000 out at a time, and either throwing it into another coin or stacking it and holding it and kind of waiting to put it into BitConnect loans. So the price of BitConnect has come up a lot. It was about $380. So this was a really interesting trend because I had a capital release of $20,000 long time. It was basically about a week ago, right around the blockchain event, and then we saw the price really take off. It's gone up $100. So I was anticipating this. I was seeing the BitConnect prices is very low. That was kind of a big question that I had on my live streams and some of the things I've been talking with. I interviewed Satish, was asking his opinions, interviewing a lot of other YouTubers, asking their opinions, and I think the overall perspective was that the price was low. So now we're seeing it really start to come with Bitcoin, which is typically the trend that we've been seeing in the past. The price for Bitcoin is still fairly low. So again, this is I think the BitConnect price is really low, and I think it's due for a little bit of a breakout where we could see it, you know, come up like we just saw with Dash, and a little bit of a breakout with Ethereum. So, you know, we could see $400, $500, $600 BitConnect coin here real soon. Yeah, Bitcoin at 14K is still cheap. So that, you know, in Korea right now, I mean, you guys can check on CoinMarketCap. I was seeing it at about 18,000. You know, if you're seeing it at 18,000, typically the American market's gonna, I mean, it's a $4,000 gap. So if you're able to even just, you know, capitalize on some of those arbitrage opportunities, you can make a ton of money just by transferring money between these exchanges. There's a huge demand in Korea and huge demand in some of these other hotspots where Bitcoin is in high demand. And you know, if you're just looking at it from a purely investment standpoint, you want to put your money in and you just want it to go up. I couldn't recommend Bitcoin enough right now. You know, it's up 22%. Oh, it's a bubble. It might be coming back down. Well, they want it for a lot more in Korea. They're willing to pay $18,000 for a Bitcoin in Korea. They're only paying $14,000 here. So you're gonna see prices start to even out. Now, when it comes up to 18,000 bucks, which I'm anticipating here in the next 24 hours, I would be careful for a little bit of a drop. You know, we might see a little bit of a correction where we might see the alt currency markets really take off. If you look at the alt currency markets, they're all red. They're all red. Everyone's getting into Bitcoin right now. Yeah, remember, the mainstream still does not know that this world even exists, and that's when the floodgates will open. I mean, we still don't have 1% of the world's population that's in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We're still a ways off from you know, a massive wave of adoption. We're going to see cryptocurrencies becoming more and more widely used, and you're also going to see more and more instances where governments are going to try to step in and regulate as best they can. Whether or not it'll be successful, or whether or not, you know, it's going to affect the market, it's kind of another thing. But you know, I did read something. It looked like the Korean market was going to implement some sort of change. I should say the Korean government was going to implement some sort of change with how they were going to handle that. And you know, what do we see? We just saw prices really take off. So I hope the video is coming through all right. It's kind of breaking up on me right now. Sold at $13,998, trying to trade back in or just wait. Yeah, I would actually get back in. I think in the next 24 hours, I think it's going to come back up. Just look, you know, again, that's kind of the big thing was where are we seeing, you know, volumes trend. And right now it's, I see a huge difference in price in some of the Asian and Korean markets. That's typically when you'll see prices come up in the American markets that tend to follow the Asian markets, especially the ones doing the most volume. Video's not faltered. Okay, great, because it is not working very well on my end. Max Kaiser said 10,000 was a signal when folks would start finding out. Yeah. You know, the $1,000 mark in 2013 in November, December was the big one for me. That was when I had known about it. I had been watching it. I've been watching it for like a year. I didn't really get in. I had a lot of other things I wanted to spend money on. Man, if I could have taken those dollars back and that time, effort, and energy back and dumped that into Bitcoin, but yeah, but I think, once it came into the $1,000 mark, that's when you saw a lot of people that really was like, okay, this is legit. And that's when I started really getting interested in Bitcoin. And we're seeing, I think, our second wave of adoption. It was kind of earlier this year where we saw, volumes really rise. We've seen a real price rise through the entire year. We didn't really see that in 2014, 2015, or 2016. And now that it's hit 10K and it's continuing to go up, you're seeing a lot of people that are interested in the space getting in, shorting, playing different, playing the spread, buying low, buying high. I mean, people, it's great to see. I get a lot of people that are interested in trading, a lot of people that are, interested in kind of, finding the best coins to be in. So that's, I'm interested in it as well. So I think one of the reasons my stream's not doing as well is because my battery's probably at about 1 or 2%. So unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to cut this stream in the next minute or two. Maybe take a question or two before I get off. Yeah, BTC is moving faster than most best predictions. Much better than what we've seen. I mean, just the thing right now is Bitcoin's going to be harder and harder and harder to get. So you're going to see people getting more or next. What's going on, Joey Rocket? I'm just about to get off here because my battery's dying. I'll be in tomorrow. I'll send you. I'll give you a call. I'll be in there. I'll be in midday. We got to